Hello, good morning. Today we shall look at another simple, interesting topic, which is the division of algebraic expressions. So division of algebraic fractions will be the topic of the day. Now, under this topic, it is so simple. You follow these simple steps that we are going to look and discuss. So we do these algebraic fractions under division in the similar way, the way we do the numerical fractions. So there we have our first example. Then from the example we have on A, I will say simplify the following. First one, we have 1 out of 2a. We are dividing by 1 out of 4a. From what we have there, this one, it is similar. We can multiply the fraction in the variable on both hand sides, so which will later come on to be a out of 2. We are dividing by a out of 4. When we have that, we have to invert the fraction that is after the division sign. We invert. So to invert simply means we reciprocate the fraction after the division sign. So this, which will later come, that we are going to have a out of 2. Then as we reciprocate, we have to change the sign in between the fractions, which will come to multiplication. Then our denominator 4 will be the numerator. Then the a, which is our numerator, will be our denominator. Then from there, we can now multiply, where we say a, we multiply by 4, which will give us the 4a out of 2 multiplied by a, which will give us 2a. Then from there, we can divide. Since those are like terms and we have common factors that can go, where the letter a can divide with the letter a, which will give us 1 there and the 1 there. Then 2 into 2, it will be 1, and 2 into 4, it will be 2, which will have 2 out of 1, where our final answer will turn to be 2. So this one, we have simplified the algebraic fractions. So this algebraic fraction has given us the outcome as 2. Then on the second one, we can have equation 15x out of 3y squared, 3y to the power 2. We are dividing by 3x out of 6y to the power 2. So similar stages with what we did in the first one. The first part of the fractions we maintain, where we say 15x out of 3y to the power 2. We change the sign as we are about to invert the fraction after the division sign. So the sign now change to multiplication sign, where we have the denominator 6 will become to be our numerator with the variable there out of the 3x, which was our numerator. in the first question that we have. Then from there, if we want, we can multiply directly numerators alone and denominators alone, or where possible, we shall consider the factors that can go in the cross multiplication sign, where we are saying this numerator, if there is a number, a factor that can go into the coefficient that we have there, and this one we can divide similar to this one to that one there. If there is n factor that can go into those numbers, we can divide. Now from our case here, we have 3 and 6, where I have got a factor that can go into both coefficients without leaving any remainder. So this one can be written as 15 we are multiplying by x out of 3 we are multiplying by y times y when we expand. And similarly also 6 there will be multiplied by y, we multiply by y out of 3 multiply by x. Then from this point we can now cross divide of what we have here. We can cross divide. So we say 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 6, it will go 2 times. Then this 3 into 3 to go 1. 3 into 15, it will go 5 times. Then you look at the variables that we have in the question. Do I have a variable that are similar from this angle and that angle? Yes, I have, which is x. So this x will divide with that x there. And I'll look also at y. Do I have a variable that is similar on this part and that part? Yes, I have. So the y will divide with the y, and the y will divide with the y. Then what I'll remain with there, I'll have a 5 that will multiply by 1 out of 1 that will multiply by 1 from the division of the variables that we divided. And there also have a 1. So this should multiply by 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1 out of 1 multiplied by 1. And we can simplify the expression now. Therefore, we are going to have 5 out of 1. We are multiplying by 2 out of 1. So this one is going to give us 10. This one will give us 10 out of 1. So therefore our final answer will be 10. We have divided the algebraic fraction. Now, so on what we have looked at, similarly, now it doesn't mean that all the time we shall only have a numerical value. It's possible even at the end of the outcome to have variables to be part of the solution, but with what we have discussed, we have seen that only numerical values are the last outcomes from as the solution. But even variables where you cannot divide the variables, you maintain. So this has been our lesson of the day.